Hey friends, just thought I'd make a little video showing you guys what I've been working on lately. There's just some small projects messing around, but one of the more exciting things is someone gave me a big old box of train stuff. And now when someone says, oh, my dad was into trains, I got a box of stuff, do you want it? I'm like, sure, it's probably HO, maybe find someone to give it to or something, but it's N scale. I couldn't believe it. It's always HO, but no, it's N scale this time. So I've already gone through most of the box, but I'll go through it again and show you guys what's in it. And there's a bunch of stuff. So stay tuned. First off, most exciting to me is I put ditch lights in this Rapido GMD1. What I did here isn't too different than what I did with the rest of my locomotives. Just individual LEDs mounted on a piece of plastic with a hole poked in it, and lots of black paint to cover up the light bleed. The thing that made this different though was the metal frame. The sill and walkway are all metal, so I had to drill through that, and that was a pain in the butt. That was a lot of tedious work. I'm not sure I'm going to do it again. I might just leave the other one as it is, and I've only done the one end. I like the way these things look when they're running long hood forward, so I know it's technically backwards, but I like the way it looks, so that's the way it's going to be. I dropped a little bead of glue in the hole to cover up the LED. It dries clear, of course, so the light still shines through, but it dimmed it a fair bit, and they were still a little bit too bright, especially compared to the headlight, so I weathered them basically. A little bit of paint that was just that I use for weathering. It's really thin. A few coats of that, and I got it to the brightness that I wanted. Overall, I don't think it turned out too bad. I was able to hide the wires really well. It's a little black paint. The holes I drilled were so small I could barely get the wires in, but I got them in. So the wires kind of come through the pilot, down through the top of the walkway, and through here, and they slip up through a gap here where the trucks swivel. So this is the other project I've been working on. I have some SD40-2s done up for Union Pacific. I used to model that railroad, but I've switched to CN and ACR and stuff, so I'm been trying to figure out what to do with these shells. Well, I bought a Caslo cab and stuck it on a Union Pacific shell. Obviously I've repainted it and everything, and I don't think it looks too bad. There's some problems with it. I don't know if I should point them out to you, but I will. I did not add the extended pilot. CN units have a big long pilot sticking out the front, and I didn't add that because I don't have stanchions to bring the front end out, to bring the handrails out, and it looks fine to me. I'll leave it for now. Thing about this, I can always go back and fix it up if I want to. The other big thing is probably the biggest thing, which it doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would, but I've got too many stripes. I was really questioning myself if I'd be able to paint the stripes, and I didn't want to order the decals and wait forever for them to come in from micro scale. It took something like a month last time I ordered them, so I was like, no, I'll try my hand at painting them. And I just sort of started slapping them on, eyeballing it, of course. They're like the right angle, I got them the right height, but I started at the back of the unit, went to the front, somehow I ended up with too many. But I'm pretty happy with it. Here, I'll zoom you back so you can see the other unit, that Intermountain unit that is painted properly. I let fly with some bad words when I realized that something didn't look right, and then I figured out what it was. Yeah, my stripes, I think it's the spacing's not quite right, so that way I ended up with one too many stripes, but whatever. The more I look at it, the longer I leave it like this, I get used to it, and it doesn't bother me so much. I'm going to weather it up and call it done. I could always just repaint it. When I was looking for pictures to use for a reference to paint this up, all I was finding was stripe units and the North American scheme with the big North America flag on the side. I don't have decals for that. So I went, alright, I'll go with the stripes. I'll try and paint them myself. So yeah, I painted that, and then as I was looking for more pictures, I found an actual roster full of photos, and there's a lot of them that have the cn.ca paint scheme, and yeah, I could have done that because I have those decals, but oh well. I could change it. It wouldn't be a big deal to change, but I'm going to leave it. Just looking at it, I noticed I got to fix this decal here. The yellow sill stripe is cracked. I added the Gold Medal models grab irons to the nose, and the bell, the cab mounted bell came with it, and so did the sunshades. It's a pretty good little kit. It's not perfect, but again, you're not supposed to see it this close up either. It's N scale. I still have to put the LED down in the nose, so right now when you turn the light on, the whole cab lights up, and I need glass in the windows still. I'm gonna get some micro crystal clear, I think it's called, for making windows. Never used it before. I'll try that out, and if that fails, I'll just put some styrene behind the clear styrene behind the windows, but I think that micro crystal clear is what I need. Should do the trick. Let's see what's in this box now. Clear spot here. Old transformer. I've had lots of these over the years. Oh, a little house, a little cabin or something. Where are we? In there, a little cabin or something. Another transformer. I have one like this powering the lights on my layout. Bag of trees. I don't know if I can do anything with these. They're pretty crusty. They're old like bottle brush trees. Lichen. I haven't used lichen on a layout in 20 years. This stuff is old. Yeah. I don't know that I'll even bother trying to do anything with that. Oh, I got some cans of sawdust. I guess it's sawdust. More sawdust. That's a pretty fresh looking green. I wonder how old this stuff is. It's some of my wife knows. It was her father's stuff, and she said she's moved it like 3 different houses. She finally found someone to take it off her hands. So, and when she said a box with the train stuff, I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be HO, but there's a little mill building. Remember the bad old days of N-scale when the buildings were the same size as the cars? This is like, you know, only a few, that would only take a few boxcars to fill. It's just really undersized. It's cool though, it could be somewhere in the background. This looks like a school. The old fella didn't spare the glue, that's for sure. This is actually kind of cool. I wonder if I could weather that up and fit that in somewhere. I kind of like it. I don't even know. A mine, I guess. Turntable. Needs some work. I was actually kind of excited to see this. I have a roundhouse I want to put in. I'll probably use a nicer looking turntable, but this isn't too bad. I don't know. Instructions for the turntable. Maybe it'll help me figure out how to get it apart and get it working, if I even bother. It's another industry of some sort. Baldwin Locomotive Works, it says. Look at the glue. It's nuts. That's how I used to glue stuff too. Then I discovered the thin glues with paint. I could probably stick this in a background somewhere. Weather that up. And another mill building of some sort. Not a mill, I guess. It's a warehouse? You tell me. I don't know. This wasn't built yet. This is kind of cool. Church. Where are we at? Church. Oh. J.B. Smith & Sons. Foundry and Machine Works. Propped it up on some cork. Give it a big foundation of cork. Station. It's not painted, just straight up yellow plastic. I don't know if I'd do anything with that or not. Oh, a roundhouse, or not a roundhouse, an engine shed, I guess. Old fashioned. These are unopened packages, park benches. Cattle, cows and horses, and then people. Far cry from mini prints, stuff they're doing. Yeah. Little warehouse of some sort. Again, you could probably fit an entire boxcar in the one building. Transfer station, I guess, is what that would be. Mill again? I don't know. Another church. Guess that's a coaling tower for a mine. Maybe it's for servicing steam, I don't know. A house, just a little cottage. He glued the windows on the outside. I don't know if you can make that out. I'm not teasing, I'm grateful for all of this. But You see some weird stuff sometimes. Just a bunch of set track. Man, something like this I would have absolutely loved when I was a kid, just getting started in the hobby. Holy smokes, this stuff would have been awesome. It's just a box of straws. Maybe they were meant to be a pipe load or something. Maybe they will be a pipe load. Yeah. Something in there. Oh, re-railing track. We've all seen those before. Little water tower. Just parts of buildings here. A lot more track. Those old Atlas switches. Man, oh man. I don't know what to do with this stuff. Wish I knew a kid getting started in the hobby. Although, to be honest, I'd be afraid to give it to him and discourage him from the hobby. Something here. Oh, an old Zona saw. I call them Zona saws. Atlas snap saw. Oh, there's another one. Ooh, with a handle. That's cool. I have this part. I've never had a handle before. That's cool. That's a front pocket find. That's anyone watches Vice Grip Garage. That's what he says when he finds the good stuff going through a car. Little baggie of nails, track spikes, I guess. I don't use those anymore. Well, I do, to hold stuff down temporarily. Yeah. What else? These old switches. I don't use these either. Actually, there's quite a few of them in here. Oh, the old bridge piers. A few of those. Little bridge. I guess it would go that way. I was going to say, how even N scale, how's that going to get through there? But yeah, it doesn't need to. That's the top. That's the top. Mintrix. And I bought a lot of old Mintrix albums. I bought a lot of old Mintrix locomotives when I was first getting into N scale. Because, you know, they were like $5 and didn't run. Bought a lot of Bachmann. And I bought my first Kato. It was a used U25B. Man, that thing ran so good. I never went back. Never went back to the cheapest. Mintrix F9A. That's what that was. Anyway, I rambled on enough here. You get the idea. Sprues? I don't know what to do with this stuff. I gotta point this out. Look at the little car. Not much to it. I don't know what vintage this stuff is. 70s? I got into N scale in mid 90s. So yeah, mid 90s we'll say. And things were starting to improve by then. So I don't know what. This is clearly well before that. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do with half of this stuff. Some of it will make it on the layout. I'll just disguise it and throw it in the background somewhere. But some of it's just, I have no idea. If anyone's got any ideas what I could do with this stuff that I'm not going to use, just mention it in the comments or something. If you've ever been given something like this and to dispose of. I hate to throw it out, but on the other hand, I don't really see a lot of value in a lot of it. So, I don't know. If anyone's got any ideas, let me know. So if you like what you see, why don't you hit the subscribe button and follow along with me as I build this thing. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya.